September 25th through the 26th, 1942. American forces continued to hunt for the remainder of the Japanese Super Battle Group. After the previous battle had left the IJN 2 battleships short, including the last of their super battleships, leaving only 1 capital ship left in the group with heavy damage. It is no doubt making best speed back to a friendly port. Hopefully American forces can sink her before it slips away. Hi everybody, welcome back to Joe Is. I'm Joe, and this is War on the Sea. In last episode of our My Christmas special, managed to sink a battleship, a couple battleships if I'm not mistaken, including a Yamato class. Thank you very much. But we're going to continue off, see if we can't destroy that last battleship that managed to evade us here. Go ahead and get the supplies going from Rennell Island to the new Florida Island base that we're going to have set up hopefully soon. And I will bring you back when there's something to report. All right, our company have made contact with a flight of Avengers. We're actually 1 flight short because our carriers are now starting to actually have damage to their planes, and we can't put up a full flight. But I still want this battleship, and I'm getting a little greedy here, but I should let her go. But at the same time, I just can't. It's a battleship, man. Let's bring it down. It's just too good not to try to bring down. We'll go ahead and drop these birds down to 60 feet above the water. And we'll get attack vector approach on them, and I'll bring you back when it's time to go. Alright, I'm sending a flight of 6 for the first ship in lead, because I want to just use these last 2 here to take out that battleship. I think it won't take much more to take her out. She is really falling behind the pack. So I sent the first 6 after the first heavy cruiser there that's in lead. I'm going to send another 3 after the one that's already taken damage, and the last 2, of course, after her. Hopefully we'll have success with it, and I'll bring you back when it's time. Now, I hadn't changed up game plan. We're not going after that first heavy cruiser. We're going to send the first 6 after that last. Let's make sure we finish off the battleship. So the 6 are going after the battleship. These 2 that I'm covering right now are going for that furthest heavy cruiser. And the 3 other ones that are remainder are going to go after that lead heavy cruiser. I think that'll be a fair trade because I want to make sure this battleship goes down. Another 3 torpedoes should do the work. 3 torpedoes into a heavy cruiser should bring it down, but I'm not counting on all of them being non-duds. So we'll see what happens. We've already lost 1, so we've only got 5 planes now to bring down this battleship. I think 2 more torpedoes should do the last heavy cruiser that's basically been dead this whole time and just been unlucky not to get another torp into her. As we fly around, we can see the battleship is listing pretty heavily there. And here comes our torpedoes. Any second now should be dropping. Yes, we've got a hit there on the battleship. Another one. Another one. Come on. Come on. Nope. Alright. We've just taken a loss there. We've got 2 torpedoes coming in straight for this heavy cruiser. And she is dead in the water, cannot evade. She is a dead stick. And they look good. Is this other battleship? Or a heavy cruiser? They sailed right past her and now are going for this light cruiser. Yep. You can see, well, one was a dud. At least we have 1 hit. And looks like this light cruiser may get lucky. No, she will not. She took a hit in the stern. We missed the heavy cruiser, but we did manage to get a secondary on this light cruiser. And the battleship, of course, I send 5 after her, and nothing. Just, she's took 2 more torpedoes, and we had 1 more dud on her, but nothing. So, we're going to wait and see what happens to this light cruiser here, and I'll bring you back when it's time. As you can see, this light cruiser has managed to stave off her entries. We have lost another 2 pilots and have gotten nothing in return. We did score some hits, but nothing is going to the bottom. So I will head back to the main map, reevaluate the situation, and bring you back when it's time to report something. Alright, our carrier group that we usually are sending to Rennell Island has managed to make it up the southern part of the slot, which is Iron Bottom Sound, to drop off supplies to Florida Island so that we can bulk up and maybe make an air base out of the middle island here, the Florida Island. I'll go ahead and have them go back to base, and I will see if we can build us a level 1 or level 2 air power here. Air base.
You went full retard, man.
Task force from Rennell Island has managed to make it back to Guadalcanal. We have dropped off supplies once again and are heading back to Rennell Island. Again, Guadalcanal should be well within our control. It's just a matter of time. I think what we do is we go ahead and put another small merchant ship group and actually attach it to those 3 destroyers. It'll be a light convoy with just maybe 3 or 2 cargo and 1 oiler. We'll get them set up, and I'll have them on approach. I'll probably add another destroyer to give them escort up there in the meantime. And I'll bring it back when we have something else interesting to see. Alright, our Task Force 15 has managed to make it with Task Force 60, and I have merged them. So we can now officially call our destroyer group a cargo force. And they are ready to go to the Florida Island, drop off supplies, and hopefully build us up an air base. But I'll bring you back when it is time. Alright, Task Force 60 has finally made it towards the Florida Islands. So we'll go ahead and unload this cargo here. Get them selected, manage cargo, unload all cargo. Unload all cargo, and we will drop off. We are still a little bit too far out. Let's get them a little closer. And there we go. Let's go ahead and unload all the cargo, and let's see what we can do. Florida Islands, we give... Alright, we got a level 2 airbase on the island. We'll go ahead and get up flight patrols here shortly. Get the Task Force 60 back to Rennell Island to supply up, because we'll have the initial Wasp that's bringing in supplies from the south, and the Saratoga, which will defend basically this entire area with the battle group. I didn't like some of the scout planes, as you can see them coming in right there. It makes me think there is a battle group just north of our position. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the Saratoga in a little closer to where she can be easily defended. Being that we now have a lot of these aircraft in, let's go ahead and take them out. Let's go ahead and blind the Japanese so they can't see where our ships are. So I'll go ahead and find that flight of scout plane or planes and bring it back when we shoot them down. Alright, we've already made contact. We see them. They're already turning to engage. I'll go ahead and zoom out and get a pretty angle of them coming in to attack. Not much we get to see here. Some actual air-on-air combat. Won't be much of a competition, being that this is a little scout plane versus 4 of our Wildcats. It should be an interesting difference in gameplay for y'all, at the very least. But I will fast forward time here, and I'll bring you back when we are about to engage. As you can see, our Grumman Wildcats are coming in right about there, 11 o'clock, coming in hot. The Grumman Wildcat, first one firing, missing. Second one's starting to come in. Third one's coming in. Will it be enough? Yes, yes it will. And she is going to death spiral into the sea. Wasn't a competition. Fighter versus scout plane, never is, but we've at least poked out one of the eyes of the Japanese, but the Japanese Navy has many, many more. Alright, our Wildcats have managed to catch up to the second scout plane of the Japanese. Let's go ahead and engage all the radar contacts, everything up. Let's get the GAR. It's an in location to get hers up as well. And see if we can't find them. Immediately we find them, and she is pretty close to our USS GAR there. I guess she was spotting it for us. Well, let's go ahead and get the aircraft engaged, and I'll bring you back when they are closer. Alright. I didn't even blink and you miss it. The first Grumman Wildcat was the first one to hit, and you can see her streaming into the sea now. That is 2 scout crafts we have taken down today. Hopefully we'll have more than just scout craft, but if that is all we see, it is all we see. It'll be a slow day, the slowest day I've seen in a while, but I highly doubt it. Only time will tell. Alright, we have finally made contact with the battle group. I think this is the same battle group as what we witnessed earlier today. or well, during Christmas, I guess, during my Christmas special. I think it's the battleship group. So let's go ahead and get this B-17s loaded with AP rounds, as I think it is what it is. Hopefully we'll get lucky. We did manage to lose, or they did manage to lose us a while back, and they are moving away, so that would make sense if it is them. Hopefully it is. I'll bring it back when we are in range. B-17s are in the area. We have spotted them. Is this the same one? There's the battleship. Where's the battleship? Negative. This is not the same one. This is actually led by 2 light cruisers, so we are kind of over-armed for this occasion. Overdressed and underprepared. Well, I think we go ahead and split this group up and make a different kind of attack approach. I will bring you back once I've decided and we got all that figured out. Alright, our birds are ready to go. I went ahead and sent them 2 at a time after the light cruisers that we have in front of us. Figured that'd be good. Since there's 4 of them, send 2 after each, especially since we are overarmed for the occasion. But I didn't plan on making these bombs go to waste. Let's go ahead and get them in range. I went ahead and lowered them about 1,000 feet. Give them a little better accuracy, especially since we don't have any heavy cruisers to deal with. Hopefully we don't lose anybody in this. Probably just jinx myself, but hey, who cares? We're starting to see their 30 millimeters come up. Or was it 25 millimeters? I can't quite remember. I know the Japanese had a shit ton of these. Munitions, and so they just made more and more. They weren't particularly good guns, but they just had enough, so much of them they were like, screw it, we're making more. It was their bread and potatoes, if you will. First set of bombs are complete swift, complete mess. And the second set, well, the one that did hit was a dud. Terrific. Lovely. Sarcasm. Unfortunately, it looks like that was just... And we lost a pilot for it. Nice. That sucks. Well, let's go ahead and get these birds out of here. Because unfortunately, that was a waste of time. We need to come back in with rockets. We were not prepared for this. Alright. I've got some Avengers in the area that actually do have rockets. And unfortunately, I forgot the B-17s to return to base, so they're going to be hanging around for this as well. Alright. Went ahead and told the Avengers, since there's just 4 of them, to attack 1 of the light cruisers to give them a good what for. Hopefully it's enough. B-17s are flying over, just looking pretty. A couple of them are on smoke. But all in all, are still healthy and ready to go. I think I saw some fighters a second ago, so I'm going to go ahead and get these guys in box formation just in case what my fears are to be true. I don't believe that they are, but we'll see. Alright, the fleet is starting to come in contact. Our planes had to fly a pretty long ways to get here, but finally they are in visual range. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. I want to attack the closest light cruiser, and I believe it's going to be this one that's just right here. And that'll do. Hopefully we'll get some good fire on it. We shall see. Let's go ahead and get the rearmost airplane here. And fast forward a little bit. Sea looks absolutely stunning today. You can actually see the clouds in the water. Alright, light cruiser is now opening up nice and beautiful here. That destroyer's getting out of our way, letting us get our full potential here. Well, now in hindsight, I probably should go for that destroyer that's over left, but I think we go for the heavy or light cruiser. Let's get some more bigger ship under our belt. And here we go. Rockets are making good impact. Let's go ahead and have them break away. Off to the right. Have them climb 10,000 feet at max speed. Form up and head to the... Let's head back south. Let's go back left. That way they're not flying over everybody. Ah, crap. I was trying to save them, man. Really? Disappointing. And she's not really that ablaze, so I'm thinking we managed to not do much and lose 2 pilots. Only time will tell. I will bring you back when it's time. As you can see, she burned and burned and burned, but unfortunately she was able to
Never go for a retard.
She burned and burned and burned and was able to put out all of her fires. And that is going to do it for today's episode. I know it's kind of a swing and a miss episode, and I apologize. But sometimes you just don't win some. But that's going to do it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. God bless all y'all. Peace, love, and tacos. And I'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace.